we still have a couple more minutes. Maybe I'll take advantage.
Yes. Mariana, maybe you can give an assessment about your session.
Yes, I think it has been a very productive session, considering that we are all online and then we don't have much time for discussion. So I thank you all for this session, and I hope that the next sessions will be as productive as this one or more. I just want to make one final comment, considering Umberto's presentation. Thank you so much for your presentation as well, Umberto, as a keynote speaker. And I retained this sentence that we are slaves to the system. I really feel like a slave to the system. And sometimes I find it hard to be a bit more fightful because I get trapped, for instance, in having to publish in high impact journals and whatnot, that have all this peer review system that I honestly think that it's very important, the peer review, but sometimes I do not publish in other journals that maybe don't have impact factor, but they are good for the community and everything, because then I'm going to be assessed by a panel of very different people when I apply for the funding. Not having a permanent position, you know, I sometimes struggle feeling the slave of the system, but having to be part of it somehow. But that's my personal experience. And I'm very happy, just like Abu said, that we have, you know, an older generation motivating us to move forward and continuing the fight, that we are here. And sometimes I feel that I could do more, but I feel a bit trapped. So yeah, that's just my personal comment for the audience, and because I've been thinking about this for quite some time. So thank you, Umberto, for being outspoken. That's really good.
Thank you. Would you like me to comment on that?
I think we still have a...
Yeah, no, very rapidly. I did say during my presentation that I appreciate that we are all, to some extent, slaves of the system, in the same way when, you know, we are part of a society, we are slaves of the society. You know, for instance, if we talk about issues like climate change, we fly, we drive, maybe sometimes we eat things that, you know, that contribute to it. I think it's very difficult I think it's very important that the people feel responsibility, but they don't feel that the weight of the responsibility is entirely on their shoulders. Yeah, sorry, Angus was warning me that my camera wasn't quite working. I don't, hopefully you can see me now. But anyway, yes, it's just say, yes, we are slaves of the system. And I think I think it's important we all try to do our little bit, okay? I think it's just absolutely horrible, the fact that some work in some institutions, rather than feeling like we are liberated in just doing our research, we are just kind of oppressed by this kind of system. So I think there are two things we can do. I think in our world, there is still a lot that we can do in the relationship with our colleagues, in our sense of constant responsibility, without feeling that it's all due to us. But also at the same time, when the opportunity arises, we have to be prepared to basically confront the powers that be. Okay, and I think that's our responsibility. I was struck by the fact that you said, oh, it's somebody who doesn't have a permanent position. I actually feel that those of us who have less to lose because we are towards the end of our careers, because we have permanent position, we have more responsibility. I think we should be at the forefront. And I am ashamed when sometimes, for instance, at the university we have initiatives in which I find that I am the only senior academic there, surrounded by students, by people on temporary positions, and say, where are my senior colleagues who should be there at the forefront and protect and defend our younger colleagues? Yeah, anyway, lots of doubts, lots of questions. It's important we discuss these things. Thanks.
Thank you, Umberto. Jean-Denis, a brief comment?
Yes, very shortly, because I know that we are late. Just for prolonging this, I have a suggestion. I think that the Mediterranean area is probably one in the world where there were the most important number of excavation and of monographic publications of the site excavations. And I think that there are a lot of archaeological and botanical, of course, results in these monographs, which are not always included in the high-profile publications. And I think that it's important to get to go on with this level of publication, which is, in my opinion, the first level, but the level for the future of archaeology. I think that we have to go on with this, and I think that maybe in this working group of MED-Zooarch, we can try to help to disseminate these publications, at least to put them at the disposal of everybody. I think that we are now very lucky because there are a lot of possibilities of PDFization or exchange on the clouds and this and that. And I suggest that we think to this in order to share this huge and sometimes very, very interesting and unknown results.